So first of all, I want to thank you for the opportunity. Do you mind sharing with our viewers who you are and what business you own?
What business? Sure.
What business is?
Where business is. Well, my name is Jaime Calle. I actually, well, to begin with, I never thought I would be in this industry, in the construction industry. Initially, I actually went to school for finance. And, once I graduated, I started working at Merrill Lynch. And however, while going to school, I started, flipping houses. That was back in 2009 when the economy wasn't at the greatest point. But for me, it was a great opportunity to buy and flip houses. Having that said, when I finished my degree and I started working at Merrill Lynch, I was actually making more money flipping houses than working for a company. So I decided to just focus 100% into it. And that's when I decided to get my GC license and started doing renovations.
So is that what made you start the business?
Well,
making more money at the flipping versus your regular job?
Honestly, initially, yes. Because, if you think about it, time is the only asset that we only have so much. It's an asset that we have that we don't know how much we can spend, right? Having that said, it's trying to take the most out of it. So when I balance myself, working at Merrill Lynch, making $32,000 a year, trying to build a portfolio of clients, or flipping houses where I could make $50,000, $100,000 on a single flip.
No, it's an obvious choice.
So then, and besides, I am more of a hands-on person. I cannot stay in front of a computer all day long or making phone calls. As you can tell, I have an accent. And in that industry, having an accent is not
Did it help you, huh?
It did not help. People think that you're kind of numb because of having an accent. So anyways, going into the construction, the first few houses, I actually did a lot of the things myself. A lot of the renovations, actually, as a matter of fact, the first house, the kitchen, I fully renovated, buying the cabinets out of Craigslist. Imagine that. I found the exact match to my kitchen, the same exact layout out of Craigslist for $1,000. So I went to Lehigh. I actually disassembled the cabinets and I brought them to the house I had in Bonita. That's where I started, Bonita Springs. So, I started learning on how to be more hands-on and learning how to do things. And when people see that you're a young person, that you...
Skeptical.
No, not only that, subcontractors, they try to take advantage of you. Actually, I had to buy back then a book out of Home Depot, like a plumber dummy book to learn how to do things, because I call it
plumbing for dummies or something.
There we go, something like that, yeah. Because I had a leak, and I thought it was the roof. It wasn't. It was a plumbing issue. And the plumber wanted to charge me $200 just to look at, and then $500 to fix it. Dude, I bought the tools for $150 and I fixed them myself. So, that's how you start getting more hands-on and learning about things. So honestly, if you ask me about building homes, I know pretty much everything from the ground up because I have done it. And that's a good thing. When I have subcontractors that they tell me, oh, I cannot do this, or this is not possible.
You're already done it, and you know it is
possible. And I tell them, listen, it is, and you can do it in a day, or you can do it during this time. So it helps, and having that background knowledge.
So tell me, Jaime, so you have a renovation company. What else?
After having the GC, then down the road, I decided to get my roofing license.
Okay.
So I have a roofing company as well. Then with a partner of mine, Eddie, we decided to open a impact window and door company. So we're dealers or distributors for a well-known company, manufacturer for hurricane-rated impact windows and doors. And we actually we just not use it for our own homes, but we sell those windows and doors to other builders.
Okay.
So that's also
that's amazing. It seems like you have a bunch of things in-house.
That's right. And
so renovation, homes, roofing, and windows. Anything else you got hiding?
Well, as you know, we own Magna Realty as well. Okay. So we're brokers. Now we have a realty company where we're happy to have you being part of it.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Will. Thank you for the opportunity of being part of such an amazing company. So let me ask you a question. What made you choose Cape Coral or Southwest Florida to start your business?
Well, originally I am from Colombia, since 2003, I came to the United States. I came straight to Naples. Back then, Naples was a completely different town, but it has always been a beautiful town that I love, honestly, 100%. And now, Naples, when the whole market shifted, and lately, after COVID, I want to say Naples has grown and has developed totally differently. And what happens is, I have traveled worldwide, and I have noticed that people, they know about Naples. Believe it or not, Naples is smaller than Fort Myers, but people know about Naples. You talk to them about Fort Myers, and they don't even know about Fort Myers, but you tell them Naples, and they know about Naples.
Known city.
It's a known city. Now, because of that, after COVID, Naples started being extremely demanded. So the prices of housing in Naples increased drastically.
Yeah.
So I started seeing Naples as the epicenter of any shift in the real estate market. So what I did is I sold a lot of my assets that I had in Naples. I liquidated them, and that money, what I did, as an earthquake that has, an epicenter, it just spreads out, right? So for me, the way I thought is, since this is happening in Naples now, in little time, the nearby areas are going to start getting that impact.
Smart.
And that's when I started investing in Cape Coral. I ended up buying back then about 38 lots in Cape Coral that I was buying for $15,000-$20,000. I mean, you don't find that anymore.
Not at all.
I bought lots that I still have that are Gulf access lots. I bought them for $67,000. I mean, right now they go between $200,000 to $300,000. But having that mentality, that's how I saw Cape Coral. Now, why did I decide Cape Coral rather than other areas? I don't want to, say anything bad about your areas.
Sure.
But Cape Coral itself, I saw the potential as a city that it had not fully developed, but it was in the process of. As you know, Cape Coral, it has the mind of having the entire town or city with city water and sewer, and they're working towards it. Yeah, it's taking a little longer than expected, but the city is doing everything in their power to make the city
more desirable, more better. So
Correct.
Let me ask you a question. So how do you see the city and its environment for businesses like yourself or other businesses? You think it's growing? Do you think it's not? What do you see? What's your point of view?
I think as any city, not just Cape Coral, but any city, when they start in that growing process, the initial growth they have is on the residential side of it. As you have seen, Cape Coral residentially, it has increased drastically.
Yeah.
The next step, it becomes then the commercial side of things. And Cape Coral right now is working towards it. I am sure you have seen there is a lot more businesses opening up, a lot more offices, warehousing, commercial side of it. So the way I see it, honestly, I want to say probably 5 years from now, this is going to be, a well-known city. I don't know if it's going to be like Naples, but I guarantee it's going to be better than Fort Myers. That's the way I would see it.
Well, I appreciate that feedback. So what is one thing you would change, if anything, of the city to improve it, in your point of view?
In my opinion,
Please.
probably more recreational aspect of things.
Like what? Like more parks?
Yeah, more parks.
I mean, we do have a bunch of parks around the area, but
Well, you know that portion a little better than me.
yeah.
But for me, being an outsider, 'cause I do work here a lot, but I don't spend, time going around. I'm always in the office or houses. But probably for me, that's the way I see it. You're right. There is parks, there is restaurants. Now, probably the way I see it as well is Cape Coral is surrounded by water, but people really cannot enjoy the water unless you have a boat. I mean, can you do something about it, or can the city do something about that? Because
That's an interesting point. Yeah. I've not thought of it. I know they're opening like a food truck place.
Oh, yeah?
With a dock behind.
Oh, that's awesome.
By veterans. So they're gonna have like food trucks there and docks where people can come in, park their boats, and then enjoy the food and then continue. So I know that's coming in the near future.
Is that the Seven Island one or?
No, that's in Burn Store. This one is in the Veterans Bridge, right there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so it's interesting. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, no, that's
So,
awesome.
is there any memorable or hard experience you have faced on starting your businesses that you can share?
Brother, yes. As anything, when you start something, it's difficult. It's never easy. For the whole construction side of things, I think I had the opportunity and the benefit that I was doing the renovations for my own projects. And I was putting my heart into them. I was making them nice, so it was easier for me to sell my houses. But after, obviously, neighbors or people seeing what I was able to do on those flips, then I started getting clients asking me to do renovations for their houses, either a kitchen or a bathroom, things like that. So that aspect, I was blessed. But when there were some bad times that you didn't have any clients, man, I will tell you, I would spend a whole weekend just doing estimates, and then nothing will happen. Or people will use my estimates because they were so detailed to use them to outbid other people. And because I was new in the industry, I didn't have as many reviews or not too many people knew me. People will try to use my bids to go with someone more reputable. So I think that in that side, that's probably the most difficult aspect. Thank God, I had never had any issues with clients. I want to say I have been lucky that my clients, honestly, they end up being friends.
That's amazing. That's the goal. To me, I feel like a client, when they appreciate what you do, they become friends and family.
Exactly.
And then they recommend you, and your business keeps growing.
Yep.
So, are there any hopes for your business in the next few years? And how do you see it fitting with this city or Naples? How do you see it fitting with the city?
Well, as any home or any business owner, you always want your business to grow. That's what I envision. I envision being able to grow, being able to have everybody in my team to grow parallel with me, but never forgetting about quality. Because I see other companies, bigger competitors, bigger companies like Lennar, Christopher Allen, that they're way up there. But I think they're focused on a different niche, which is low quality, low cost. And that's not my goal. I don't wanna focus on that particular segment. I wanna be not the highest either, but I wanna be somewhere in the middle. Somewhere you can get the best of things at a more affordable pricing.
So let me ask you, Jaime, what do you do differently that sets you apart from these other competitors out there? Well, what are you doing differently that makes these homes stand out, that you can share with our viewers?
All right, well, starting with the foundations. The majority of our foundations, they're not with a regular monolithic slab that does, I want to say, 98% of the builders use. We actually, the majority of our slabs are actually with stem wall. Stem wall, it's kind of the same idea of the up north homes that they have a basement. So they create the walls around the perimeter, then they raise it up and then they slab. Yeah. So on the bottom, you have the basement. In Florida, we cannot have basements because if you dig too much, you're going to get water, right?
Yeah.
But with that same idea, that's how we do our foundations. We do the outside walls. We go 2, 3, 4, 5 feet high, depending on the required elevations. And then we pour our slab, and that is called stem wall. Having that prevents the homeowner from any what is called swell. When there is a flood, too much rain, the soil around the perimeter of your house is going to start creating swells and it's going to start flushing away. And that's when houses start settling and cracking. With our homes, you're never going to have that issue because of this.
And that's one of the the most important things, the foundation. I mean, that's literally
right.
what the whole house is built on top of. So if that's not well done, you know, you can definitely guarantee the house is not going to last too long.
That's right. And obviously, moving forward, as you can see, all of our homes are CMU concrete block. We do rebars every 4 feet, which are in the columns. Later on, they get poured into columns, tie beams. So, I mean, these houses, they become bunkers. Besides just the walls, because of our other company with the windows and doors, all of our windows and doors are hurricane rated, which, going back to the windows and doors, in order for a window or door to be hurricane rated, they have to meet at least 45 pressure per square feet go from outside to inside and inside to outside. Wow. That's why when you see on the stickers, you're going to see a plus and a minus number. Again, in order to meet the impact, they have to be plus or minus 45. Our windows and doors, the minimum that they have, it's going to be plus or minus 80.
Wow.
So we're almost double the amount of pressure.
I didn't know that, actually. That's very interesting.
That's right.
You know, I usually see impact windows and that's it. So
take a note of the numbers.
Now I'm going to definitely be starting looking at the number and see the resistance.
That's right.
Is there anything else that you do differently?
Well, again, because of the other company that we have, the roofing, we're able to, you know, lower our costs and do better roofs. The majority of our homes, we're doing with metal roofs.
Yeah.
So
how typically does that last on a house, a metal roof?
Okay, when you compare the 3 major roof systems that are used here in Florida are shingles, which is the basic one, tiles, and metal. Now, with shingles, a shingle roof will last you somewhere between 12 to 15 years. However, an insurance company, after 10 years, they're going to try to drop you off.
Yeah.
Or they're going to
make you too risky, for them.
Right. Now, when it goes to roof tiles, the life expectancy of a roof tile is somewhere between 20 to 25 years.
Okay.
And the life expectancy of a metal roof is 50 years.
Wow.
So
Big difference.
Imagine,
So you're definitely applying the metal roof. You're definitely, like you said, a bunker. It's like a peace of mind to any owner that is looking for us.
And one of the things I tell our clients or friends that they end up with one of the Magna homes, I tell them, if there is a hurricane coming, tell your family to go into your house. Stay there. You don't need to go anywhere.
Definitely. If there's a hurricane coming, I don't have a Magna home, but I'm definitely one that is available. I'm gonna go there. So let me ask you a question. Is there anything else you would like to share with our viewers about your business or the city, just to end this?
Brother, I mean, for the city, as I said, I believe in this city. I believe it's growing. I believe it's going to be the next well-known town like Naples.
I agree.
And this is the time to get a piece of to get a piece of Cape Coral at an affordable price. Now, for the business, I want to tell you, everything starts in your mind, regardless of what you do. If you believe in yourself, if you picture yourself up there, hey, eventually you're gonna get there. But you gotta believe in yourself.
You're already halfway there, in a sense. You know, if you believe it,
of course,
you're already halfway there.
Oh yeah, no,
I agree with that.
Yes, sir.
Well, I appreciate your time. Thank you for the opportunity, and of course, I hope people take this and learn from the different homes in Cape Coral and the different quality that different builders provide.